Anytime anybody tells me about like a dietary secret, I think it's completely full of, like, basically every time. Like we know how dieting work. It's just like, it's like, here's the keto, here's the warrior diet, here's intermittent fat, and it's just like, it's all these cycles. Like, no, finally, after 5 million years of people trying to lose weight, this is it. You know, like and I don't know. Like, if you want to lose weight, yeah, like skip breakfast, maybe just have a coffee. I don't know. Like, yeah, some techniques are easier for certain people. That is true, but it's not like a secret. It's just, what works for you, whatever's easier for you, you know? That's why people, like, technically losing weight is all calories in, calories out, right? But in reality, where grown-ups live, how easy dieting is isn't about like the raw number of calories. It's about how hungry you are, man. Different people are different amounts of hungry. Like, that's not a skill issue thing. That is literally, like, sometimes that's just biological, man. Sometimes that's environmental, but you don't really control that. If you, like, imagine you have two people, both of them need to eat 2,000 calories a day to lose weight. One of them is way hungrier than the other. That's not like a skill issue thing. That other guy's just going to have a harder time. That person's hungrier. They're going to suffer more in reducing the amount of food they consume, you know? So yeah, it's just, it is calories in, calories out, but that doesn't mean everyone's fighting the same fight, you know? That's like saying, like, bro, mountain climbing is easy. You look at the mountain, then you climb it. It's like everyone has to climb the same mountain, so it's equally hard for everyone. It's like, what the f are you talking about? No, it's not. Some people are more fit than others. Some people are heavier than others. Some people have, like, ankle issues. Yes, Luke McAdams, there are like other variables to factor in, but like as a general rule, it's calories in, calories out. You shouldn't like overcomplicate a good thing unless you have some specific dietary issues, you know? I feel like sometimes people overthink this stuff when in reality it can be pretty simple for most people. So the solution is nationalizing Novo Nordisk and having free Ozempic. I do not trust the Ozempic scheme at all. And it's not because it doesn't work, and it might not even be because it has negative consequences. I just don't I just you realize you're going to be on Ozempic forever then, right? Like, as soon as you're off the Ozempic, you're just going to gain the weight. Like, is that really the right way of doing it? You stop with the men. It's like, oh, okay, gain the weight again. I don't know. It's like your hunger is going to go back up. I feel like the solution here, it has to be, you have to adjust to a lifestyle change. The Virgin Ozempic versus the Chad amphetamines. Well, I don't think you should get on Adderall just to lose weight either. Well, that's what I mean, Senator J. Fortnite. You need to make a lifestyle change. Yeah, Vermin, it's like really in vogue right now, as a dietary suppressant. I just, like, at the end of the day, being fit or being skinny or whatever the like, it's not a thing you do, it's a lifestyle that you live. It's a consequence of lifestyle choices. And I don't think there's a moral weight to that. Like, if you're chill being like a skinny fat dude who's like 160 pounds, but you have 11-inch circumference arms, then yeah, go for it, whatever. Yeah, no, I think it is embarrassing, Vermin. I don't think it meaningfully helps in a lot of cases too, because after they get off the drug, they're just going to go back. The Ozempic thing is like, what, 1 year old? Like, people like widespread using it for weight loss, and they're going to get off the Ozempic and it's going to be like, oh, I gained weight again. It's just like people who get liposuction. A lot of people get liposuction and then they just gain the weight back. Because of course that was going to happen. You got the liposuction, you got rid of the fat that was there. What about the next meal you eat? Like, you were already living a life that gave you that fat. So now you need to get that stomach band thing. No, the stomach band doesn't work either, because eventually you take it off. Neither does the stomach stapling thing, where you like only use a portion of your stomach so you feel full afterwards. Like, all of these methods, these shortcuts to losing weight, eventually they stop, and it just comes down to your lifestyle, I had a friend that got on that Ozempic stuff right now and lost like 60 pounds in a month. There's no way your friend lost 60 pounds a month. The human body can't metabolize, unless your friend is like an Olympic swimmer, the human body cannot metabolize 60 pounds of fat in a month. They're feeding you some bullshit. Lost a limb? Yeah. They took Ozempic and like they actually were diabetic. Like, the Ozempic wasn't even for weight loss. It was for the diabetes. They had to get both legs amputated. That's how they lost 60 pounds in a month. But Vosh, it's easier to take drugs. I hate to do, that awful quote, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. I think that that's a really bad quote, because skinny is like such an ugly word. You know, I will say this though. I don't think that any like shortcut to weight loss feels as good or has as good of an impact as fitness oriented behavior in your day-to-day life feels. Like there is no pill or like fad diet or treatment or whatever that can give you that feeling of wellness that you get by going on a 20-minute walk 3 times a week. I mean it, guys. Like even a moderate amount of exercise 3 to 4 times a week gives you like a robust, like it gives you like a physical wellness in many cases that is just not matched by any artificial external solution. I'm not moralizing it. I'm not saying like being fat is a moral failing, therefore you must suffer to remove it. I'm not like, I don't give a shit. If there was like a magical way to make you more fit, yeah, dude, absolutely. Are you kidding? Why hold ourselves back if that was on the table? But there isn't. When it comes to fitness, like I'm afraid there just isn't a way of getting around like, yeah, man, you got to go on walks sometimes. Yeah, Nerodia, I'm not saying that it has no use at all, though I don't know if you could say there has been a drastic drop-off in mortality rate via obesity-related illness, because I don't know how much like data we have on Ozempic being used as a weight loss tool. Would be nice if our society was designed around walking. Yeah, it would, and I got a lot of walking exercise in Spain, but you know what? Like you can still walk. Let's not make like little baby whiny baby carriage fetuses out of ourselves, you know? Let's not go like wah, like, my city isn't walkable, therefore I have no choice. Like you do. You can walk around. You don't literally live like your driveway does not connect to a non-sidewalked highway underpass. You have the ability to walk places. Late last year, I decided to turn my life around. Daily 20-minute walk every day of the week for 100 days. Now I have the habit and it's life-changing. It's amazing. Yeah, even a little walk. Yeah, exactly, Vermin. Yeah, but another thing that people don't understand, by the way, and I'm making like a purely aesthetic appeal. This one is specifically for the fellas, okay? The difference between being a little bit fat and being skinny fat is massive. Absolutely massive. You've seen the difference between like a fat guy who looks fit and a fat guy who looks schlubby, and that's just the layer of muscle underneath. I'm not only talking like fitness, like feeling good, because you can have fat on you and feel good. Of course you can. Like having 40 extra pounds on you makes you unhealthy. No, that's bullshit. Obviously, you can be fit. Usually people who live fit lifestyles are relatively skinny just because being fit tends to lose you weight, but that's just a correlation thing. You can be overweight and be fit, like all your organs can be strong and healthy, but like in an aesthetic sense, one of the reasons that I look good generally, like figure wise, it's not even like an effort thing or whatever. I have broad shoulders and a big barrel chest, so even though I'm like kind of fat, I convey the impression of like a strong, stocky, like bulky guy. And I have known the difference between people who are like skinny fat, where it just looks like fat's hanging off of a skeleton, and they just being like bulky, And it's a huge difference. Like, all I'm saying is that it's not all about having abs, Girls don't even care about abs. Are any straight maxers in chat? Any straight people? Girls, seriously, I can't. This might be a confirmation bias thing, because obviously any girl who was really into abs probably wouldn't hook up with me. Girls are, they love them fat boys, is what I'm saying. Love that shit. Who cares about abs in 2024? We're talking about arms and ass. Exactly. It's always two smart bitches telling each other. Exactly. It's all about the arms and ass. I read recently that 30 minutes of walking per week reduces risk of heart disease / stroke by 40%. Yeah, and this is the thing too, and I'm calling you guys out right now. When you read that, or when I say stuff like, yeah, go on a 20-minute walk like 3 or 4 times a week, you guys are thinking in your head, oh, that's easy. Man, I can't, because I know you're thinking like, oh man, I can't believe so many Americans struggle with obesity and heart disease and shit like that, when all you have to do is go on like a medium walk a couple times a week. And then you don't do it. Then you don't go on the walk. I know you. You're thinking like, oh man, that's so easy. That's such a low bar to clear, obviously. And then you just sit in your room all day and don't do anything. That's the thing. You have to actually do it. You know, it's not enough to just sort of rotate a 3D model of doing a 20-minute walk in your mind and going like, oh yeah, that'd be fun. You know, that'd be easy. Actually, I could do that. I could do that easily. Skill issue. Like it is a skill issue and you're losing. You know, you're getting outskilled by like a 58-year-old divorced man who goes on a run every morning at 6 a.m. in your neighborhood. That guy is styling on you. Like right now, that guy, like what is it right now? It's exactly noon where I am. Right now, that guy is like 3/4 of the way through the errands and work that he has to do. It's noon. He's 58, you know? He's had like one heart surgery in his life and it turns his life around. He's been working out like every day ever since. He's styling on you right now. And what are you? You're 23. You think, oh man, I could get it together any day now. But you don't. You feel a little bit bad when you look in the mirror. You theoretically have the energy and the like level of physical fitness necessary to get back into shape like you were at some indeterminate point in the past. But you just haven't done it yet, you know? It's a skill issue, folks. You gotta get into it, okay? You gotta get into it. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. Vash's predilection for appealing to the cuckold. I'm not talking about cuckold insecurity. I'm just saying you have to do the shit. It's not enough to think of the shit. You have to do the shit, you know? Actions speak louder than words. What would you suggest for motivation then? What motivates you? Holding it over your guys' heads? Nah, I just want to be hot. Who gives a fuck about being healthy, yo? I just like having thick-ass thighs. Bro, I got some linen trousers the other day that I have half a mind to show you. These things drape like suiting trousers, but they're made out of loomed linen. And when I move in them, because they're linen and light, you can see my leg muscles through them when I stand or when I sit or move around at some angles. Because like the fabric drapes over my thighs and the muscles show through it, even though it's a thick material. That's what I'm here for, baby. Aesthetics is the best motivation for me personally. That's fine. You know, I don't think that's shallow. That's normal. Whatever. What leg muscles, Mr. Costochondritis? What does that mean? What does my costochondritis have to do with my leg muscles? I've gotten baited by this like 50 times, man. Like somebody in chat will be like, "Bro, you don't have any leg muscles." And then because I'm an idiot, I stand up and flex my leg muscles, which are like I would say for somebody who literally doesn't exercise except for occasionally going on a walk, my leg muscles are pretty goated with the sauce. And then people in chat are like, oh, you got baited. It's like, yeah, like reliably, how does Hassan do it, man? Because I feel like if I had Hassan's body, somebody in chat would be like, yo, your glutes aren't even that developed. And then I would just start like frantically stripping in front of the camera, being like, oh yeah, bro. And like, you know, flex the bubble. You know, I don't know. It's like, maybe I'm just really easy to bait. How far walk? Whenever I go on a walk, it's usually for like an hour. I just get really into the stuff that I'm this is me being Reddit core again, but honest to God, when I'm walking, I'm either listening to podcasts or I'm listening to like anime or video game music that I'm imagining like to situations that may or may not happen in Dungeons and Dragons games that I'm currently DMing. You know, that's my shit. That's my fuel. Okay, I'm walking around thinking like, yeah, man, it'll be like this. And then an hour passes.